Good afternoon. It is June 22nd, 2022. And here's what we're looking at for the day. Really just an uptrend day. In the overnight, we made our move down. And I think there was a gap that Mac was talking about yesterday. And I think we closed that gap that you can see right here. It's probably these highs and this opening price from Sunday or whatever, or Monday. So I think that's what this move down was about in the overnight, and then we just traded up today. Overshoot led to a break and a move to a new high, and yeah. So I do believe that this was the target, was this measure move of the overnight midline between the highs and lows, and that's what we came up and hit before reversing. So let's take a look at these trades that I marked. When we came in at, if you come in at 5 o'clock Pacific time, there's nothing here. I think you're still thinking that we're going to test this new low, but it wasn't until about here, when it bounced here, that you realize, okay, we're probably in an uptrend. So I don't think you can take this, even though it looks like a failure. Maybe if you want to be super aggressive, you would, but I don't think you want to take that because it's below the EMA. But we come up here and you get a second entry long, but that signal bar is not very good. So I don't think I would take that, especially it's at this price level. It looks like it could be a quadruple test that you're going high into. So I'm not crazy about that, but it is off that short-term trend channel. We come up here, and you get a second entry long down here, but the signal bar is no good. It's just a doji. And we come back up here, and you get a first entry, second entry. That's also a double test off this price level. And yes, it's below the EMA, but this is a second entry and a double test. So I think that's a good entry, good signal bar. First entry, failed second entry right here. I'm not too crazy about this one because it doesn't look like it's off a short-term channel, and oh, it does look like it is now that I'm drawing it. So I'd probably take that. I just don't like that it's far from this larger trend. But with it being off this channel, especially when you get that signal bar, and you even get a second entry long above that. So I'm going to mark this, but you are going long into this. So I like it, to be honest. Let's see how much you would get. So 41.75. Yeah, it's good enough for scalp and then some. So you can see people probably waited, though. You get this double test. That probably traps a lot of shorts. And then it just rockets up once those shorts realize that they're wrong. Come up here. You can see we get a break of that channel and a move to a new high before reversing. And this was a really nice trap, and I think if you see all this, you definitely want to take this failure right here. So we get this move down, first entry, the shorts probably pile on right here on this failed second entry long, and then you get a second entry short right here. So when that fails, and then it comes higher, we made a new low right here, first entry, failed second entry, I think you got to take this, and I think a lot of traders saw that too, and you can see it just forms probably a spike in channel. Let's see how that. So this doesn't look like it. This might be from here. This, yeah, this could, I think this is probably it. You can see that forms like a spike in channel up. And that being the case, I think probably take that second entry long. I don't see anything in here because it's so far from the EMA, but we overshoot this channel, the larger channel, form some congestion right here, break out with trend. You get a first entry, second entry long. It's off the previous trend channel. It's off this current short-term trend channel. It's also a breakout pullback, you can see. So I think all those factors combined, I think you got to take that. And that's good enough for a few points before it starts trending down. You can see we get a break of this channel. I don't think you're trying to go short in here. We get a move to a new low and then it reverses. And we find support at the bottom of the larger channel. And we don't get a break just yet. And we're moving up, but this is, I don't see anything in here that I like. You get an overshoot of this short-term channel and then it starts trading down. First entry, failed second entry. If you're feeling risky and you want to go short even though this trend up is pretty strong, that's a failure right there. And I don't see anything else in here. You get a break and a move to a new low, and we come back and we get a really nice failed second entry short right here. And I think that's a great entry. I like that one. It also bounces off the overnight highs. Is that the overnight highs? Yeah. And this closing price from yesterday. So I just think that's a really good entry. And this is just very congestive, but there is an upward bias to it. Turns out to be a trend channel. We're moving up here. You got a first entry, second entry, but the signal bar is no good. I would say if you have a good signal bar right here, take it because it's off the trend channel. But if you're patient, you get first failed second entry short. That's also a second entry long. With it, if you're looking at it like a failure, it doesn't look great because it closes beneath the EMA. But it's also a second entry long, and it's off the trend channel, and I just think this is a good entry, and you can see other people thought that too. However, there are reasons to be a little nervous because it doesn't hit the top of this trend channel, so I marked it blue, maybe it's green. We'll see if Mac has anything to say about it. We get an overshoot of this channel right here, and that leads to a break. I guess technically this is a failure right here, but it looks like a break of that channel, so I'd probably want to wait for a second entry short. If I'm even, actually I wouldn't be going short anyway because we're way above the overnight highs and it's clearly an uptrend, so I wouldn't be going short. But then by this swing, it's pretty clear that we're in a downtrend. You get this resistance up here. You get a first entry, failed second entry. This confirms the trend channel. It's also a second entry short, but on this uptrend day, I think given the context, this is pretty risky. I'll show you. You got a level of support right here that you're going short into, and even if we break beneath that, you got a level of support right here that you're going into. So it's risky, but I mean, we're at the end of the day. We hit this measured move. You might want to consider that. I like this one a little better because this first trade right here, look at all the inside bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside bars. These are still inside bars, but at this point, when it turned down off of this channel, it now feels like I felt more confident in this trend channel being accurate, and you get a failure. It also kind of looks like a second entry short, so I would feel more confident in this one, but there's reasons to be a little hesitant. So that's what I saw up to 12:30. So one last look at the chart. Hope everyone has a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.